Read more about many of the stories featured on today's show in the February issue of Mohawk Valley Living magazine, available at hundreds of local shops and restaurants, and online at mohawkvalleyliving.com. Tune in to the new MVL Marketplace, a local business billboard TV show featuring all of our advertisers, plus local trivia and music by local songwriters, every Sunday at 8 a.m. and 11:30 p.m. on Fox 33. The Steet Ponte Auto Group in Yorkville and Herkimer and Turnbull Insurance Service since 1866 present Mohawk Valley Living, exploring the arts, culture, and heritage of our region.
Good morning and welcome to Mohawk Valley Living. There's an old saying that says, life is short, so eat dessert first. So we're doing precisely that this morning. We're here at the dessert booth in Clinton having our dessert first. On today's show, we're going to be traveling all over the Mohawk Valley, including a trip to Susie Jones' farm, where we are going to meet all of her kids. Right? Wink, wink. Stay tuned.
Fare thee well, I say. Fare thee well, oh Joe Clark. I'll be back one day. Oh, Joe Clark, he had a mule.
In this month's issue of Mohawk Valley Living, Brian Howard writes about early auto dealerships in Oneida County, back when they were popping up on the busy corners of our villages and cities, right across from the corner store.
Well, today we're used to seeing these large auto dealers on the outskirts of towns and cities. You know, they have these lots with hundreds of vehicles, and you don't generally see these large auto dealers in the middle of towns or villages anymore. That wasn't the case 100 years ago when the automobile was first introduced to the American public. At that time, auto dealers could be located on one corner with a grocer on another corner. There was a lot of these small dealers around, and they were peddling vehicles from all sorts of different manufacturers. The field was wide open. The big three that we know today out in Detroit, Ford, GM, and Chrysler, hadn't really cornered the market. And there were vehicles that were manufactured locally in New York State and really from all different areas by all these startup companies. And it was just a very fluid environment that in which the automobile was introduced to the American public. In Oneida County, most of the auto dealers were located right in the city of Utica, or city of Rome, and they had all of these different vehicles, and it was really more of perhaps more of an intimate experience to go in. I mean, you're shopping for a vehicle. You just go down the street to the dealer. Maybe when you were going out grocery shopping, the automobile dealers that existed, most of them have gone by the wayside. There are a few that are still long-time businesses in the area. But what I wanted to write about was the ones that have been lost to history. And while a lot of the buildings still exist, they have been repurposed. In downtown Utica, for example, one of the buildings is now a restaurant. Another one is an HVAC system building. Several don't even exist anymore also. So it's a chance for us to look back on something that we take for granted, the automobile, and to get a better understanding of the way that people bought and sold cars in a time before these huge dealers started cropping out outside of the city limits.
When planning your family's future, turn to the principles of the past. Turn to Turnbull. Turnbull Insurance Service is an independent agency representing the most dependable companies for all your insurance needs, as well as complete financial planning and wealth management. Call today for a free assessment. Come explore the new Newport Marketplace Top-Notch Garden Center, featuring over 45 vendors of antiques and vintage items. You'll also find all your garden needs at the new Newport Marketplace Top-Notch Garden Center on Main Street in Newport. Brenda's Natural Foods is the natural choice for healthy local products, gluten-free and gourmet foods, personal care and natural cleaning products. Brenda's Natural Foods, West Dominic Street in Rome. The Steet Ponte Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Ponte Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Ponte Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion. And in Herkimer at Steet Ponte Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Ponte. The Robert H. Wood Great Artist Series presents Danu on Friday, March 4th at 7 p.m. at Herkimer College. This leading traditional Irish ensemble features a glorious mix of ancient Irish music and new repertoire. Free and open to the public March 4th at Herkimer College. Brighten up your winter wardrobe with colorful transitional clothing and accessories at the Village Crossing in Clinton. New arrivals are pouring in. Check out inventory and sales on Facebook. The Village Crossing in Clinton. Tired of winter? Visit the Potting Shed Antiques for their Cabin Fever sale. Friday and Saturday, February 26th and 27th. 40% off most everything during the Cabin Fever sale at the Potting Shed Antiques, 52 Oriskany Boulevard, Whitesboro. Online at thepottingshedantiques.com. Don't miss the Robert Glasper Trio, featuring the Grammy-winning pianist on Saturday, February 20th at 7:30 p.m. And on Saturday, February 27th, be inspired by Step Africa at the Wellenhall Schambach Center for Music and the Performing Arts at Hamilton College. Purchase tickets at the door or online at hamiltonpa.org. Call Elite Taxi 338-9999, serving Greater Rome and running 24/7 so you can too. Alpaca Gardens has the largest selection of the finest alpaca clothing and products in central New York. The store has doubled in size and features hundreds of sweaters for men, women, and children starting at just $39.95. There are also dozens of styles of soft alpaca socks in a rainbow of colors, including therapeutic socks to aid circulation. Shop Alpaca Gardens, open Monday through Saturday at 27 West Main Street in Little Falls, across from Fall Hill Bead and Gem.
Oh, Joe Clark, he had a mule. His name was Morgan Brown. And every tooth in that mule's head was
Today, we visit with artist Brenda Antonovich in her home and studio north of Rome. Her abstract work is created with unconventional tools and mediums, like this piece made of eggshells. Her large studio is a place of solace and refuge.
I started painting as a form of therapy after my dad passed away. It was a time in my life where things were unsettled, and I sought some other ways of dealing with the issues I was confronted with at the time. And I took up painting, and I really truly believe in using art as therapy, and which I've done, and it's helped me, and it continues to help me, and I enjoy it. I am self-taught. I have a lot of friends, and I just started. I mean, I have no schooling, and I just decided I was going to paint, and I went to a lot of classes. I attended several workshops, and then I started to do a lot of things on my own, and practicing and experimenting with many different elements and media, and found what I was comfortable with and what I enjoyed doing, and just kept going from there. I have a friend that I met years ago, and I remember what she told me one time, and she said that she believes that there are two kinds of people in this world, and people who are in therapy and people who should be. Okay, so I always found that humorous. But no, it's a sense of peace. It's almost like meditating, and you put yourself in a different zone when you're painting. It's very relaxing. My husband and I, we don't watch TV really, and we just spend time together and just explore things and do things that we find pleasure in.
You can see Brenda's work on display through the month of March at Fusion Art Gallery. There will be an art opening on Friday, March 4th from 6 to 8 p.m. at Fusion Art Gallery, 8584 Turin Road in Rome. Online at photoshopofrome.com. For lunch, we head to Seneca Turnpike in New Hartford to Fauxever Noodles. This fast casual restaurant specializes in naturally flavored, healthy soups. Owner Dean Tai immigrated to the United States from Vietnam when he was 9 years old. Now a U.S. citizen, he enjoys sharing some of the flavors of his culture with the community.
We are here at Fauxever Noodles, and I had the faux soup, and I can tell you that it is unforgettable, right? What's nice about it is you can pick whatever you want to put in the soup. I had brisket and snow peas, and trust me, it is unforgettable.
Well, I've been cooking 20 years ago back in New York City. It was a summer job, cooking pho and learning some recipe. Kept this recipe for over 20 years, didn't know I'm gonna use it one day. A good pho, we have to do it from scratch. Getting the right beef bones from the vendor, cook it for at least 9 hours with all the herbs and everything. Pho, it's actually from Vietnam, and the North and the South mix it differently, but I make it the way the American love it, and that's how I make it. Every time I make a dish outside, as you can see, the dishes that I make, it's just every time it's new, and you want to make it happen, and makes customers smile every day to come in, and then they love and they see our place. They love to come in here, and we just want to send the love back.
And don't forget the bubble tea. Fauxever Noodles is open 7 days a week starting at 10 a.m. at 8469 Seneca Turnpike in New Hartford. For dessert, we pop over to Clinton to the new location of the dessert booth, where we find Jason enjoying one of their famous Cinnasticks. All the customers' favorite baked goods and healthy vegan lunches are still on the menu, but there are new things as well.
Something new for us is that we're offering a tempeh Reuben, which is a soy-based product, which is a meat substitute, and we marinate it, and then we make our Reuben with it, and it's delicious. And we talk people into trying it, and they're like, oh, I'm not sure I want to try it, but once they try it, they like it. So at least they're, experimenting with something different. And then we have our grilled cheese and tomato, which is on our homemade focaccia bread. They seem to really be liking that. And then we have our standby, the chicken salad. Couldn't get rid of the chicken salad. Everyone was kind of like fighting about that. So, and then we still have our quiche and soup and salads and stuff like that. So a lot of stuff is familiar, and then we just keep adding new things here and there.
So you had to keep the chicken salad on the menu?
I had to, against my better judgment. No, but people really like it, so I'm glad that they're coming in for that. That's the number one thing that's actually bringing people in, I think. So that's a good thing.
Readers of Mohawk Valley Living magazine enjoy following the adventures of Jones Family Farm in Herkimer. This month, Susie talks about the importance of opening their farm to visitors, and the even more intimate and rewarding experience of opening their home to a foreign exchange student.
We did recently have an open house, and we call it a Meet the Lambs and Kids Day. We had about 400 people show up, all to kiss baby lambs and goats. And that was great to open our farm, have people see it. We also recently just had her move out, but we had a Rotary exchange student, a girl from India, her name's Kushi, and she stayed with us for about 5 months. And it was really nice to be able to share everything we have, just the day-to-day living in the Mohawk Valley, the changing of the seasons, which she had never seen. Seeing her breath for the first time on a cold day was pretty cool. Even just seeing the leaves change. She was so appreciative of it, and it made me realize I should be appreciative more too. It was an interesting experience because I didn't know that it is so hard for Rotary and other exchange programs to find host families. You are giving something of yourself. You're opening up your home to a stranger. but what you get in return is so important. I wish more families would do it because it's a great opportunity for even our kids to learn that, boy, we are all kind of the same underneath.
You can find Jones Family Farm products at your local natural food store and farmers market. To learn about being a host family for a foreign exchange student, contact your local Rotary. Online at www.rotary.org.
What we can see, traveling round the Mohawk Valley. Let's see what we can see. It's time.
The Steet Ponte Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Ponte Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Ponte Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion. And in Herkimer at Steet Ponte Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Ponte.
Life, auto, business, home, and just about everything else for your insurance needs. Let Gates Cole help.
And welcome back. Right now the score is Smith Family 257 while Jones is right behind.
Come explore the new Newport Marketplace Top-Notch Garden Center, featuring over 45 vendors of antiques and vintage items. You'll also find all your garden needs at the new Newport Marketplace Top-Notch Garden Center on Main Street in Newport.
Welcome to the Little Falls Antique Center in the shops at 25 West. Come on in and browse thousands of unique items that change on a daily basis. Shop for yourself or for someone else. We're open every day from 10 to 5. We look forward to your visit here at historic Canal Place in Little Falls.
Tom's Natural Foods is your connection to local farms for natural and organic fruits and vegetables, meats, eggs, cheeses, and other milk products at Tom's Natural Foods in Clinton, naturally.
The people you know, the rock you love, and more songs per hour. 92.7 FM, The Drive, Central New York's locally owned independent rock station.
You keep saying you're going to do something about your back and joint pain. Call Dr. Michael Tucherone, one of the area's only K-laser therapy chiropractors, the most advanced non-invasive treatment of acute and chronic pain. Call 853-6225 and embark on your wellness journey today. Located in the rolling hills of Vernon Center is Stolfus Family Dairy. This family-owned and operated cheese and yogurt plant opens their facility every year for a customer appreciation event. They encourage their customers to have a better understanding of where and how their products are made.
Well, Monday morning we come in at 3 o'clock and we start the cheese, which is pasteurize the cheese, the milk for the cheese, and we make the curd, and then we do 10 different flavors of cheese curd, and we do 6 different flavors of the farmstead cheese, which is the pressed bricks. Tuesdays we bottle our milk, our fresh milk, cream line. It's in the cow. Monday morning it's still in the cow. Tuesday morning it goes into the bottle on the store shelf, and it's a cream line. We don't homogenize, so the cream comes to the top. We bottle that and the chocolate milk on Tuesday morning, and then Tuesday afternoon we blend our yogurt and incubate it overnight. Also, Tuesday morning we make our fresh fruit for the bottom of our yogurt. So it goes back into the cup Wednesday morning. Our fresh fruit goes into the cup Wednesday morning, no preservatives, and it's a fresh fruit that we buy locally into our yogurts. Wednesday's an all-day cupping day. We would rather have people, I would rather sell to you, Sherry, 1 cup of yogurt than have a semi come in here and pick up a whole semi-load to go out of state or to another country. Because locally is what we produce. We buy as much locally as we can. We want to turn around and give it to the local people. We want the local people to know where they're buying their food, where they're getting their dairy products, their cheeses, their yogurt. They can actually go on the farm and see our cows. And we want them to have also the benefit of coming and actually watching us make this product. We have nothing to hide. We'd rather have the public right in here with us because they are the business. They're not the distributors. It's you, Sherry. It's the local people. I'd rather sell you one cup than a whole semi-load to another country.
Visit Stolfus Family Dairy during Customer Appreciation Week, February 15th through 20th. Enjoy sampling and tastings all week long, and visit their new observation deck. For more information, call 829-4089 or online at stolfusdairy.com. Another place you can pick up Stolfus Family Dairy products is just over the hill on Route 5 in Vernon at the Old Country Market. Here you'll find bulk products of every kind and a well-stocked deli of fresh meats and cheeses. Customers can stock up on their favorite snacks, including many Stolfus Family Dairy products. There are also jams, baked goods, gifts, and furniture at the Old Country Market. Open Monday through Saturday at 6505 Route 5 in Vernon. We continue on Route 5 west to Oneida to Territory Road and the beautiful Segoe Cultural Center. The grand, handcrafted white pine log building inspires a feeling of spirituality. It is filled with items and stories from the rich past and present of the Oneida Nation.
The museum was built at the same time as the Turn and Stone Casino, 22 going on 23 years. They built it at the same time to show that our culture and our community are as equally important as our enterprise and our way of life. So that's why they did it at the same time. You will see nothing about our culture over in the casino, and you'll see nothing about our casino here. We kept them separate for a reason. It's important to have this because a lot of people didn't grow up knowing their background. People that lived outside, outside a reservation area, like in the city or at other places, there's a lot of history that they weren't taught, and it was not because of any reason, it's just their parents weren't taught, so then they had no way to teach them. So this is more like a learning place, and we welcome everybody to come in and learn. And there's a lot of American history here too that is left out of the history book. So when the children come here in 4th grade, we make sure that we set the record straight and teach them about the real history. So the building itself is made of white pine, and the trees were trucked in from the Adirondacks. It took about a year to build it, and it's a hand-carved building. It's scribed out and strategically placed on top of each other, and it's the reason for the white pine is because the white pine is our tree of peace, and you can see it in several of our artifacts and our different pictures and stuff. And that is when the 5 original tribes got together, they buried their weapons underneath the white pine. So that's where the building's at, a white pine, and you kind of get that feeling when you walk in. It's so grandiose and just makes you feel like, oh, nice and calm kind of feeling. That tree of peace will be feeling like that.
The Segoe Cultural Center is open Monday through Saturday, 9 to 4:30 at 5 Territory Road in Oneida. You can visit them on Facebook or online at oneidaindiannation.com. The Steet Ponte Auto Group is proud to bring Mohawk Valley Living to you each week, serving the Utica area and the Valley with outstanding customer service. In Yorkville at Steet Ponte Ford Lincoln Mazda, Steet Ponte Volkswagen, and Steet Toyota Scion. And in Herkimer at Steet Ponte Chevrolet. Stop in and see why it's so easy to do business with Steet Ponte. You go the extra mile for your small business and should expect the same from your insurance company. For over 140 years, Turnbull Insurance Service has been committed to local small business. For your commercial coverage, turn to the company ready to go that extra mile. Turn to Turnbull. Melrose Supermarket is your family hometown market, known for their choice hand-cut meats, homemade breads, and fresh pastas and salads. Check out the weekly specials at Melrose Supermarket, East Main Street in Frankfort. Alpaca Gardens has the largest selection of the finest alpaca clothing and products in central New York. The store has doubled in size and features hundreds of sweaters for men, women, and children starting at just $39.95. There are also dozens of styles of soft alpaca socks in a rainbow of colors, including therapeutic socks to aid circulation. Shop Alpaca Gardens, open Monday through Saturday at 27 West Main Street in Little Falls, across from Fall Hill Bead and Gem.
The people you know, the rock you love, and more songs per hour. 92.7 FM, The Drive, Central New York's locally owned independent rock station.
Come explore the new Newport Marketplace Top-Notch Garden Center, featuring over 45 vendors of antiques and vintage items. You'll also find all your garden needs at the new Newport Marketplace Top-Notch Garden Center on Main Street in Newport. Tired of winter? Visit the Potting Shed Antiques for their Cabin Fever sale. Friday and Saturday, February 26th and 27th. 40% off most everything during the Cabin Fever sale at the Potting Shed Antiques, 52 Oriskany Boulevard, Whitesboro. Online at thepottingshedantiques.com. Expecting company? Just call Deansboro Superette. They prepare delicious Middle Eastern platters for any number of guests. Call 841-4377.
To see what we can see, traveling round the Mohawk Valley. Let's see what we can see.
In this month's magazine, local naturalist Matt Perry writes about a year in the life of the Spring Farm Cares Nature Sanctuary's resident beavers. The goal of the sanctuary is to reestablish the natural diversity, and beavers are a big part of that natural balance.
Well, beavers maintain the wetland ecosystem. So without beavers, the whole system of ponds, the stream reverts to being a stream. It's no longer a series of ponds. So we wouldn't get the ducks anymore. We wouldn't get the herons. So they keep the whole thing together. It's if they leave, then the habitat kind of walks out with them. We have moved in some food for them. There's only so long we can do that. Eventually the colony will move on. But after they go, the good thing about it is that all their favorite foods will come back in the fields that they've left. And in 10 years' time, we'll have excellent beaver habitat again, and more beavers will move in and do the same thing again.
All part of the big cycle.
Yes, exactly. They're not meant to stay in one place for an extended period of time. We're lucky to have had them for 16 years.
Ain't got no money, but I got plenty to show you. Honey, honey, meet me on the river road. Chi-Chi Raposo got a head like a bee.